Welcome back to the Crypto Watch channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and today over $80 million worth of Ethereum long positions have been opened. And just over the past 3 weeks, we've seen over $300 million worth of Ethereum short positions close. This is something very important for Ethereum holders to know, and in just a moment, I'll be discussing exactly what it means for the price of Ethereum moving forward, so definitely stick around. First of all, just giving you a quick update on the monthly Ethereum charts because we've just seen another monthly candle close yesterday, which has now confirmed the monthly Ethereum RSI into the lower half of the RSI indicator, so below 50. And the only other time we've seen this happen for Ethereum on the monthly chart is during this time period just here, which was of course at the end of the 2018 bear market and also towards the end of 2019 leading into early 2020. And obviously those two times in the market were the best times to accumulate Ethereum over the past 5 years. Basically ever since that 2017 bull market. And so because of that, I'm currently lightly dollar cost averaging into Ethereum, but not as heavy as Bitcoin, which I have been discussing for a while now on the channel, but I will quickly mention it again towards the end of the video in case you are new to the channel. And now taking a quick look at the daily Ethereum chart, which is technically still showing a bullish divergence, which is active on the chart. And for any of the beginners out there, this just means on the daily time frame, we are experiencing reduced bearish momentum. So obviously nothing like what we saw a few weeks ago. And of course, the last bullish divergence we've seen on the daily Ethereum chart of this size was back in March. And the outcome of that bullish divergence was obviously a lot more bullish price action, but keep in mind we saw a major rally in the stock market at that time right there. So ideally, we would need to see a lot more bullish price action in the stock market in order to see a lot more bullish price action play out for Ethereum. But for now, on the daily chart, I'm mostly expecting choppy sideways price action, relatively speaking. But if you're looking at the Ethereum long positions on the Bitfinex exchange just today, because this is on the daily time frame, but just today, we have seen over $80 million worth of Ethereum flow into new long positions. And what is really interesting about these Ethereum long positions on the Bitfinex exchange is how accurate they have been in the past. And just before we get into that, looking at the Ethereum short positions on the same Bitfinex exchange on the daily time frame, and over the past 3 weeks or so, we've seen over $300 million worth of Ethereum short positions close. And once again, these whales on the Bitfinex exchange have been incredibly accurate throughout Ethereum's history. And so if you're looking at the 3-day Ethereum chart and the Ethereum long positions and short positions in the green and the red respectively, back in early 2020, after that March 2020 crash, we saw a rise in long positions and a rise in short positions. So obviously that was one accurate signal and one inaccurate signal, so that basically cancelled each other out. And then we saw a decline in these short positions as more long positions began slowly opening back up. And during this stage in the markets, basically in the entire second half of 2020, there was a lot more Ethereum long positions than short positions on the Bitfinex exchange during that time period right there. And obviously during that same time period, we saw a lot of bullish price action. And then right at the end of 2020, entering into early 2021, we saw a massive decline in Ethereum long positions, which was this stage right here after a massive pump in the price of Ethereum. And at that stage, Ethereum began losing a bit of that bullish momentum compared to what we experienced prior to that move. And then during March, April, and May 2021, when the Ethereum long positions on the Bitfinex exchange were at these very low levels, we saw a massive amount of short positions open up, leading up to the all-time high that we set during May last year. And then obviously we experienced a massive crash in the price of Ethereum, and then those Ethereum short positions closed basically right at that bottom. And then going into late 2021, we saw those short positions open back up again, as well as some Ethereum long positions. But if I take away the short positions for the time being and look at those Ethereum long positions, just zoomed in a little bit, you can see that pretty much all of these Ethereum long positions closed at pretty much the exact all-time high for Ethereum, close to $5,000. In fact, if I place a vertical line on the chart, you can see right here, we saw a massive amount of Ethereum long positions close at the exact all-time high. And then as soon as Ethereum hit that local bottom during January this year, we saw a lot more long positions open back up again, which immediately closed towards the end of March. And obviously during that time period just there between the January bottom and towards the end of March, we saw quite a lot of bullish price action for Ethereum. In fact, if you measure that out from the January bottom to the end of March, we saw around a 60 to 70% pump in the price of Ethereum. So that is definitely something very interesting to consider as these Ethereum long positions are slowly opening back up again. And once again, we have seen a massive decline in Ethereum short positions on the Bitfinex exchange, which is very similar to what we saw during May last year, during the middle of last year, when Ethereum Ethereum bottomed out at around 1700. But looking at some short-term Ethereum price action here on the 4-hour chart, obviously over the past one day we have continued to flip more bearish, like I was discussing yesterday, because the RSI entered into overbought territories on the 4-hour chart, and we were also looking at a short-term downtrend beginning in the 4-hour RSI, which is a bearish signal for Ethereum. And basically the moment Ethereum dropped below that $1,900 level of support, we immediately dropped into that $1,700 price range, and once again we have a lot of support at around $1,700 per Ethereum. And looking at the Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart on the 3-day time frame, obviously we are still trending bearish here. Nothing has changed despite us seeing a small bounce in the shorter term because of the fact that the 3-day RSI bounced from this line of support. But once again, as the subscribers would already know by now, I'm simply bearish on the trend for Ethereum versus Bitcoin on the larger timeframes here, which is the main reason as to why I'm accumulating more Bitcoin than Ethereum. And in fact, over a week ago, I did move some of my Ethereum into Bitcoin to avoid this drop and any further downside price action for Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Because for any of the beginners out there, when Ethereum is moving to the downside against Bitcoin, that means Ethereum is underperforming against Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is outperforming against Ethereum. And in terms of support levels, apart from this level just here coming in at around 0.06 Bitcoin per Ethereum, we do have some short-term support back here coming in at around 0.056 Bitcoin per Ethereum. And make sure to watch one of these videos popping up right here on your screen if you want to know how to keep making money in crypto even when prices are going down. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.